Hello dear readers and subscribers. Ceramics has often had a rather ambiguous place in the arts. It used to be rather in the periphery, associated with arts and crafts, with design objects rather than high-end artworks. However, in the past few decades, art has really been delving into the periphery of the definition of art. Think of how textile art became an art form itself, and ceramics followed shortly after. And as a result, over the past 10 years, ceramics have really claimed a prominent place at the very center of the definition of art. Therefore, it was long overdue to do the research and create also a top list for this artistic discipline. So we're going to discuss some of the highest ranked ceramic artists today, once more using the Artifacts algorithm, which ranks artists based on objective data and career facts. So the artists working in ceramics who are the most prominent right now in the art world, and also artists because a lot of other influential artists, Sterling Ruby, Tal R, also sometimes use ceramics, but really focused on artists in which ceramics is the core of their practice. So without further ado, let's discover the artists in question. Geng Xue is a sculptor and filmmaker whose practice combines porcelain, bronze and moving image to explore themes of tradition and the human condition. Geng has developed a contemporary sculptural language deeply rooted in classical Chinese culture, yet attuned to global dialogues. Her works often merge myth, philosophy and craft, whether through stop-motion films created entirely in porcelain or installations that reference Buddhist cosmology and the history of Chinese storytelling. Brian Rochefort is a mixed media sculptor whose vibrant, cratered forms push the boundaries of the ceramic practice. He works primarily with clay and glaze, as he builds and fractures unfired vessels before layering them with proprietary glazes, airbrushed pigments and melted glass. The resulting sculptures are textural amalgamations, at once volcanic, crystalline and aquatic, evoking the raw materiality of subterranean caves, coral reefs or planetary landscapes. Rochefort is deeply inspired from expeditions to remote environments such as the Amazon, the Galapagos and the Bolivian highlands, as he infuses his practice with this ecological sensibility. Ramesh Nithiyendran is a contemporary artist of Tamil heritage, whose work explores global histories of figuration with a strong emphasis on South Asian traditions. Best known for his hybrid ceramic sculptures, he combines references to ancient deities, idolatry, and monumentality with queer perspectives. His vividly colored figures reflect plural identities and coexistent belief systems. Shahpour Pouyan is an artist whose multidisciplinary practice examines power, domination, and cultural memory through the lens of history, science, and architecture. Pouyan frequently reinterprets historical aesthetics, such as Persian miniatures, chainmail, helmets and architectural forms, within a more contemporary framework. His practice transforms political and historical references into poetic visual statements, probing the repetition of human error and the enduring symbolic weight of monuments, artifacts and structures. Neri is a sculptor and painter recognized as a central figure in the resurgence of ceramics within contemporary art. Drawing on 20th century West Coast traditions as well as a wide range of art historical and anthropological references, she explores the human body as a site of vulnerability, desire and excess. Her large-scale ceramic vessels combine raw tactility with psychological intimacy. Across 2 decades, Neri has developed a practice that actually seems to bridge craft and contemporary sculpture, situating her with both the Bay Area funk and figurative movements, as well as broader lineage of Los Angeles-based artists who engage the body as a porous, unstable form. Now that we're halfway through our list, I warmly welcome you to have a look at our current exhibition with the CAI Gallery program, with a solo exhibition by Aaron Barrett, Chromatic Pulse, which features the paintings actually you can see next to me. You can discover the exhibition and all the exhibited and available works on contemporaryartissue.com. I will link to it in the pinned comment and in the description below. Elizabeth Jaeger creates sculptures and installations working with clay, ceramics, plaster, steel, silk and glass. Her works examine the relationship between corporeality and perception, combining organic and amorphous forms with geometric structures, whereas earlier series directly addressed the representation of the female body, while her more recent sculptures expand into hybrid forms that draw on references to flora, fauna and abstraction. Salvatore Arancio works across ceramics, etching, collage, animation and video. Central to his practice is an interest in how symbols can be reframed and reinterpreted, often resulting in works that hold a deliberate sense of ambivalence. His objects and installations juxtapose natural and artificial, mineral and vegetal, scientific and mythological elements, creating these hybrid forms that are both evocative but also unsettling. Through this interplay, the artist produces visual worlds where opposites converge. Woody de Othello is a multidisciplinary artist working across sculpture, painting and drawing. Best known for his glazed ceramic and bronze vessels, Othello transforms everyday domestic objects into anthropomorphic forms. His practice draws on spiritual and cultural traditions, including the Central African concept of Nkisi and indigenous Dagara cosmology, embracing clay as a regenerative medium deeply connected to land and ancestry. Johan Creten is widely regarded as a pioneer in reintroducing ceramics to contemporary art. He discovered clay in the mid-1980s and embraced it at a time when the medium was largely dismissed within the contemporary art world. Since then, he has developed a singular body of work that combines technical virtuosity with allegorical power. His sculptures oscillate between delicacy and monumentality, often infused with references to mythology, nature, and the fragility of existence. Grayson Perry is a British artist celebrated for his incisive explorations of identity, gender, class, and social history, working across ceramics, but also tapestry, printmaking, bronze, and architectural design. Perry combines the decorative traditions of craft with pointed commentary on contemporary life. His richly adorned ceramic vessels draw on both autobiographical references and broader cultural narratives, often incorporating his female alter ego, Claire. By layering humor, sentiment, and satire with historical and pop cultural imagery, he creates works that confront social taboos while remaining accessible and deeply human. In 2003, he became the first ceramicist to win the Turner Prize, cementing his position as a pivotal figure in contemporary art, but also illustrating that ceramics are no longer an inferior art form. If you can't get enough of ceramics or you feel like some important names are missing, definitely have a look at the complete article for this video, which is actually a top 30 and not a top 10. So there are 20 more ceramic artists to discover. Enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Feel free to watch our video on 20 watercolor artists today next. Support us on Patreon and please consider subscribing to stay posted for more contemporary art. Bye.